Hey, what's up guys? It's Mike here. So today I want to have a pretty candid discussion about why Fiverr is a much better option than Upwork. In my opinion, Fiverr is a much better marketplace than Upwork for both buyers and freelancers looking to sell their services online. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why and why you should care if you're a Fiverr seller. Spoiler alert, if you're a seller and you choose Upwork over Fiverr, it might mean that you're losing money. So watch this video, let me know if you agree, and leave a comment in the comment section. I really love to hear from you. And also, if you like these videos, consider subscribing and liking the video. It's really helpful. All right, so you've made the decision that you want to freelance and sell your services online. You're a copywriter, a graphic designer, a marketing guru, whatever. You're someone who has a service that you want to sell online. But before you create an ad for your services and the money train starts rolling in, there's one monumentally important question you need to ask yourself and answer for yourself. Where are you going to make your services available for sale? If you're watching this video, I'm making an assumption and I'm going to knowingly ignore some of the other ways that you can offer freelance services online. I'm not going to talk about creating a website and marketing to prospects the old-fashioned way. That's not what this video is about. In this video, I'm focusing on two of the big players in the freelance marketplace, Fiverr and Upwork, and why I think Fiverr is a much better option. And what my point in this video is that if you are serious about selling your services as a freelancer online, you need to be choosing Fiverr. It's essential to you. At the very least, choose Fiverr in the beginning. I know a lot of freelancers who offer services on both, and I'm sure that's something you can graduate to. But in the get-go, when it's most important, choose Fiverr, you're gonna make more money. In my case, Fiverr is the only site where I offer my services for sale. In my opinion, it's just not worth my time to make a posting and sell my services on Upwork as well, and I'll explain in this video. The reason for this boils down to one key question that every freelancer eventually asks themselves. What's the most profitable way to charge for my services? And currently, with Fiverr and Upwork, there are two main ways that you can charge for freelance services. Simply put, on Fiverr, you charge a per gig or a flat rate per project you complete, and on Upwork, you sell your services by the hour. So what's the big deal? We'll put it this way. If you're a buyer and you find a seller and you lock them down at a certain hourly rate for a particular service, and you're engaged with them to complete a project, immediately there's a conflict of interest between the two of you. Because as a seller, if you're charging per hour, what do you want to do? Well, you want to make as much money as possible. So regardless what project you're doing, you're going to try everything in your power to stretch it out and take as many hours as possible to complete that project. Not the best, right? Buyers don't want to pay for what they don't need to pay for, right? They want you to complete the project efficiently, effectively, in the least amount of time without sacrificing quality. So the seller wants to charge for as many hours as they possibly can, and the buyer wants a quality project delivered in as few hours as possible. You see where there's a little bit of tension here and where quality might get sacrificed, or by charging per hour, you create this economy where sellers are competing with each other to offer services at the lowest hourly rate, and buyers just want quality work, but they also want to pay the lowest. You have this whole system where sellers are beating themselves down on price, and buyers are pitting sellers against each other, but then the sellers are taking their time to complete, where it's a big mess and a web that I don't want to get involved in, and one of the reasons why I don't think Upwork is a good option for you either. Basically, in this type of a situation, I feel like someone's always coming out with the short end of the stick. Someone's always the loser, and that tends to be the seller, right? The seller gets thrown under the bus. The seller's the person who has to charge less per hour. The seller's the one who has to charge a low rate and deliver the same quality work just to stay competitive in the marketplace. I don't want to be the short end of the stick guy. I want to be able to offer value, charge for my services the rate that I feel is fair for my time, and deliver something to the buyer that they like. I don't want all this extra tension. I'm in this to make money, remember? So on Fiverr, things work a little bit differently. There's this beautiful concept called per gig pricing, and it's awesome, and here's why. First of all, Fiverr lets you create gigs, and with your gigs, they sometimes allow you to create 3 different levels of that gig. So you can have one gig that's a per gig price, so buyer buys it from you, you complete the project, they pay one price. Or you can make levels to your gig. So you have 3 different packages that offer different things or different value or different deliverables, and each carries a different price. It's straightforward, and it doesn't, no conversation about hourly rates ever comes into play. The buyer is buying your services based on the value you promise that you'll deliver, and it's up to you to deliver it to those specifications. So you're never going to be fighting with other sellers over hourly rates or splitting hairs over costs. The buyer will buy your gig, and now you complete it. And since as a seller, you're governed by the rating system, you want that 5-star rating for every project you complete, you're inclined to do a pretty good job. So as a seller, the control's in your hands. Set your prices based on what you deem is fair and what will be satisfactory to you, and you'll feel good about yourself having earned that much money to complete a gig, and post it for sale. The buyer buys it, and you're off to the races. You complete the project, and there's no stress, there's no competing on price, nothing. It's beautiful. The other beautiful thing about Fiverr is that you're able to add gig extras that buyers can purchase when they're checking out your gigs to up the price even further. The beauty of this is by bundling services, you're able to realize a much higher ROI for your time to complete projects. Because the reality of being a freelancer is most of your time is probably spent at the beginning of every order, reviewing the buyer's requirements, reviewing their website, doing your research, learning about their industry. That takes about the same amount of time regardless of the project, giving yourself that foundation. So by being able to add gig extras and different levels of pricing and packages on your gigs that Fiverr allows you to do, you're able to exponentially increase your order value, and the time to complete might not take, that much more time to do, right? A lot of the extras I offer are value-added extras that are essentially pieces of knowledge or consulting that I'm giving to my buyers that provides a lot of value to them, but doesn't take much more time for me to deliver on once I already understand their business. So it's another great way that you can make more money. On Upwork, if you're charging per hour and you're selling extras that add value to your buyer that only take you a few minutes, and you're charging per hour, you're only making a few minutes of extra money. But on Fiverr, you're allowed to charge per value, by value. And by bundling your gigs and the ability to charge for extras, you're increasing the amount of value you're able to receive from your buyers while delivering value back to them. It's a win-win and a much better situation for both buyers and sellers. And that's the big reason why I think Fiverr is a much better option. From the buyer perspective, they're still gonna get the project they wanna get delivered, and they're gonna probably get quality work if they're picking the right freelancer. But as a seller, you have so much more opportunity to make more money. You're able to sell gig packages, you're able to bundle services, you're able to add value-added services that increase your bottom line without really increasing the amount of work you need to do, but you're getting more money for it, and your buyers are getting more value. When you're charging per hour as a seller, you're not really inclined to offer these types of little services that would add value to your buyer because you're not really going to make that much money, so why bother, right? Fiverr is just a much better system. Look at its stock price. Fiverr's been killing it, and Upwork has just been on a steady decline for the last year or so. I don't know if this video or what I'm talking about here is a direct correlation to the stock price. It probably isn't. There's probably so many factors involved. But Fiverr is just a much better ecosystem. As a seller, it's probably the only freelance marketplace I'm gonna work on, and you should consider it as well. You're in it to make money. Fiverr will allow you to make more money. Charge per gig, bundle your services, and get value and offer value. It's the best for both you and your sellers, and you should consider it. All right, so that's all I have for you today. In my opinion, Fiverr is the no-brainer better option of the two freelance marketplaces. It just is, in my opinion. If you're an Upwork seller and you love Upwork and you're never gonna change, still give this video a like and just keep doing what you're doing. I might not be able to shift you, but if you're a new seller and you're looking for a way to maximize your time and make the most money, it's got to be Fiverr. So thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe to this channel and like the video. I'll see you next time. Cheers.